going on, folks? Rick here. I'm back with another video. I'm here to do a review of a case that I purchased off the Samsung site directly when I pre-ordered my S21 Ultra. It's a clear case with a kickstand. I typically go with Spigen cases in regards to clear cases with kickstand, but it was there. I had the free credit to purchase a case, so I decided let me try Samsung directly and see if it's worth the money. This case will cost you about, I think it was about $34 if I'm not mistaken. It's a pretty penny, and again, comparing it to something like the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case, which I just reviewed, you could pick this up for about $11, and they also have the ones with the kickstand as well for about $11. So let's see if Samsung's case is actually worth the money. So let's take this off camera for a second to actually open this up. Right. So initially it feels like a high quality case. It's actually very similar to the Spigen Ultra Hybrid. It's a little bit different, but it's very similar. In the back of the case, it's a very it's a hard TPU plastic. The side rails are a soft plastic, but here they're kind of frosted as opposed to the Spigen case, which is very clear. Not to make this a comparison video, but just for people that are thinking about getting this case or the Spigen case, or whether or not you should shell out the extra money. It is a nice looking case. Without further ado, let's slap it onto the phone. Right. So one thing that I'm having a tiny bit of an issue with that the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case didn't have is the Spigen case actually had a lot more of a ridge here, so I felt a lot more comfortable leaving this phone face down and secure that the actual cameras were not getting scratched. But let's try to look a little bit closer to see if we see a ridge here, because that's what you're looking for to make sure your camera lenses are not getting scratched. I do see a tiny bit of a ridge, but maybe it's because the plastic here seems to be a bit thicker than the Spigen case, so maybe they didn't need to put as much protection. You do have a lip, you know, not much, but you do have a lip there. So let's try this kickstand out. So from what I saw in the actual ad, let's see. Okay, so you have the kickstand here. You could kind of angle it in many different angles. You don't have to just angle it at one portion compared to some of the other case manufacturers where it's either open or closed. So you could kind of, it's stiff enough that you could put it at any angle along the spectrum. If you want, you know, you want it to be a little bit higher up, if you want it to be a little bit lower, you have the ability to do that. And I like that it's like a thick kickstand as opposed to like a skinnier, thinner one. But let's do a quick hardware tour. Let's make sure everything is where it should be and all the buttons feel tactile and clicky. Alright, so you have your volume rockers right here. They're raised. You have enough raisivity here that you can actually feel that you're pressing it. Not as much as some of the other cases, but you have a nice separation between the volume up and volume down, so you kind of know which one you're pressing. Over here you have your power button as well. It's the same type of button. I wish they would have made like something like with a little bit of ridges to it, so you can kind of determine between the two when you're not actually looking at the device, just through feel, that you could feel that, hey, this is the power button as opposed to the volume up and down with a different texture to it. Let's circle back to the bottom over here. On the bottom you have a cutout for your speaker, and then you have a cutout for your USB Type-C port, as well as a microphone. To the left you really don't have anything because there's no buttons there. And up top you have your two cutouts for your microphones. Over here on the back side, again, we kind of went over it earlier, you have the faintest of raises here, but it is a lip, a very small lip. It does actually have me a little bit concerned, but we'll do some more testing on that in the near future and do an update video. Alright folks, so here's your Samsung clear case that you can purchase off the Samsung site. If I had to choose, to be honest with you, I still think I would go with the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case, just because of the the added protection that it shows. It has a different texture here on the power button, so you can actually feel that you're pushing the power button as opposed to just the same texture as the volume up and down buttons. But hey, if you want to go straight Samsung, you could pick this up on their website. I think it was about $34 for it, so it's a bit of a hefty price tag. And I just wish they would have added some of those nice touches to it to make it a real well-rounded case. Alright guys, that's my video. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.